Yo, yo, yo. There it is. See a little swelling? So, pectoral tendon tear. 1 second, I just took a shower. It's been a day since my surgery. Just had to dry the locks a little bit. Yeah, so about 24 hours since I've been discharged from surgery. And a couple things about this. So, how I got injured. I live in Hawaii, at least for now. And I was surfing. And for anyone who surfs, who happens to surf, you'll understand this. For anyone else, it might be like mumbo jumbo. But anyways, so like I was duck diving, a pretty big wave. It was probably like a 6 to 8 foot set, like solid, like double overhead, like a little bit too big to duck dive. And the third wave, I was duck diving them pretty good, but then like the third wave, I was so wiped. And when I duck dived, I didn't go quite deep enough because I was on a bigger board because bigger waves. And then it like flipped me upside down, and my tendon tore from holding onto my board. Like basically, here I'm gonna like demonstrate. So like with my right arm, the board went like pulled it all the way back and way too much and popped. I heard it pop and I knew it was bad. So I paddled in with one arm. I know a lot of people who get these injuries do so from like benching like 400 pounds, but I did it surfing, and partially because I was like on my 8th day in a row surfing and I was already sore. I was always like too good for stretching, etc. So when I'm healed, I'm going to be 110%. So quick little update. So they didn't even do the nerve block on this. Sometimes when you get the pectoral tendon tear surgery, they're gonna do the nerve block, which means they're gonna numb up your whole arm. It'll probably stay numb for about 24 hours, like 12 to 24 hours, but not at all. Like I'm not numb. I have all feeling. There's still some like general anesthesia, but I actually opted out of taking any painkillers at all, like not even Tylenol or Advil, and I actually feel pretty good. I'd say part of it is due to just a positive mindset about the whole situation. Just tell myself over and over again, like the body knows how to heal itself. And I truly believe that we have immense power to heal ourselves. And, I've been told that it's going to be 3 to 4 months till I can surf again. Of course I'm going to be smart about it, but I am documenting to see how my road to recovery goes. So please follow if you're interested. I'm actually moving in the middle of this too. It's pretty wild, like just so much, like ruptured tendon, and I was set to move. The lease ended on my place, and I was set to move, but then I had the ruptured tendon, and then surgery was scheduled on the 1st of this month. So I'm actually staying at an Airbnb right now because I'm in between places. But yeah. So the pain level, for those who are wondering, like I said, maybe it's because I did acupuncture beforehand, but I was shocked. Like when I got out of anesthesia, I didn't feel as like woozy or drunk or like goofy as I normally was. Like I remember when I got my wisdom teeth out, I was so gone. Like I felt like I'd had like 8 beers or something, and I'm lightweight. So like I felt like I was so drunk and I was saying all this funny stuff. I couldn't walk this time around. So I got acupuncture the night before the surgery and then 2 days before that. So I had 2 acupuncture sessions, and apparently it like boosts the immune system, helps prep the liver, and just like relaxes the body and like preps it for like the surgery and the trauma it's going to go through. I was skeptical, but like my neighbor's acupuncturist, like, and she was telling me this, and I was like, interesting. And then I Googled it, and I realized, like, wow, there's research behind this. So I decided to go with it. So I'd say the acupuncture beforehand, probably a big factor of why, like, I was able to rehab successfully. Even after the surgery, I was shocked, like, how, it hurt. Like, it wasn't painless at all. Like, there was pain, but it was about the same, maybe a tad more than what it felt like the day I ripped my tendon, which I mean, it was bad, but it wasn't like unbearably bad. So, but yeah, I mean, it was good enough that like I was walking fine. Like 5-10 minutes after anesthesia, I sat up in my bed and I was walking. They gave me those grippy socks, but I was like doing laps around, and I felt good. And they were shocked. They were like, "Wow, like you're in good shape." I was like, "Yeah, like I feel good, I feel pretty clear." And my friend who picked me up, he was like, "Damn, I thought you'd be goofy," and I wasn't. And then 2 hours later, I was cooking dinner, and I don't suggest that you do that if you don't feel good, but like I felt, just saying, like I felt good enough that I was cooking dinner, and there was a big swell here today, like 20-30 foot waves. And I actually went out with my friends to go watch the waves at night in the moonlight because it was full moon the night before. But so I was walking around, a lot of walking around today. Like another thing that I think aided in my recovery. Now, of course, like seek medical advice and like do not take my word as like golden, because maybe it's different for every individual. But like, okay, so like how they say you have to fast before the surgery, like 8 to 12 hours, and they make it really strict. I was like, you know what? Like, I'm gonna do some independent research, and I know they're playing on the safe side. And I was doing research, and apparently, like that stuff is pretty outdated, and I'll just keep it at that. Just like I don't want to be spouting like crazy advice, but I'll just say what I did, and it worked for me. My surgery was at 3 p.m. in the afternoon. I checked in at 1:45, but I think they started anesthesia around 3:30, and I got up in the morning around 6, and I had a small cup of coffee, very small, because I know coffee dehydrates, diuretic. And I had a lot of coconut water, like probably like half a liter. And then around 10 a.m., 5 hours before my surgery, I crushed a whole ton of water, like a liter of water. And I was reading about how some people go into surgery like starving, dehydrated, and it hurts the healing process. So recent studies show that you could have water up until 2 hours before the checking in. But I played it on the safer side. I got a phone call in the middle of that video. So yeah, so I was talking about like how I took precautions beforehand to or not precautions, but rather I took care of myself by giving myself what it would need. Like, you're entering a traumatic event. It's like, imagine like you didn't drink before you ran a marathon. Like, drink water. Like, you have to give your body the time to recover, or the fuel to be able to recover. And so the reason that they don't want you to drink water or eat food before surgery is because you lose all of your like gag reflexes or cough reflexes and swallowing reflexes. And apparently like there's a possibility that anything in your stomach when you're under anesthesia could come up into your throat and suffocate you by going into your lungs or something like that, which is not fun. But apparently like that's super, super rare. And definitely don't eat food. But as long as like you don't eat food and you don't drink water after like 3-4 hours before your surgery, and don't drink like a ton of water, but like don't go into like super thirsty, like, but also don't drink more than a couple hours beforehand. And also don't totally listen to me, because there's other stuff out there on the internet. Do your research. And then after the surgery, I drank a ton of water. I ate some really healthy food. I had some bone broth, nourished my body really well. Had some bone broth, some tuna, salmon, like some proteins, some carbs. And then I had a soup with some bone broth and lentils and carrots and sweet potatoes and stuff like that, like a really nourishing warm soup. And I had a lot of turmeric, because turmeric is supposed to help decrease inflammation and decrease pain. And I also, the lady who did my acupuncture, she made a little Chinese medicine mix for me. And it included, I forget what it includes, but I know it was like frankincense and myrrh, and licorice, and then a bunch of other herbs, like sort of flowers that I forget the exact names, but there were a ton of them. And it's meant to just aid in healing and decreasing heat, and aid in traumatic events, which is, I was sliced open in the arm, and if you're getting the surgery, you will be. But I'm here to tell you that I'm on day 2. I just had my surgery 24 hours ago. Less than 24 hours ago, I was sitting in a hospital gown, like fresh out of surgery and anesthesia, and like here I am, like 24 hours later, chilling. Like the anesthesia definitely wore off. I'm not in that much pain at all. I was wearing a sling, but I actually even took that off. But yeah, I'm just chilling, and just remember that the body has such a great ability to heal itself. And I'm here to document my journey, and thanks for coming along.